We are going to get into pretty much the bombshell of what happened this week. The bombshell was with Mad Cow. For those who are not aware of who Mad Cow is one of the vloggers who pretty much capture a lot of the things that happen on this side of the app. And unfortunately for Mad Cow, she interacted with some ladies on this app that she thought she could trust, and some things took a left turn. So just to give y'all context, because I want to give it to y'all from a different perspective, since we do have HB in the panel. So just to give y'all an idea, long story short, Mad Cow, she was going through some personal things. Someone had reached out to her, said they was willing to help her. They helped. Well, that help ended up turning sour because that friendship or whatever they had, it didn't work out, and Mad Cow business ended up on this app. Before it ended up on the app, multiple people received multiple messages, screenshots of Mad Cow's information, and there was only one creator that was willing to speak to the situation. Well, HB had a perspective about that said situation. Let's take a listen as to what happened. So you have Mad Cow versus Big Boss, Empress. Let's listen.
It's not saving it. Lord. It's not Edwin. Edwin broke up with me because of Mad Cow. But yes, Miss J. Pretty Leo, you never behave. Unless it's Edwin. We're gonna get started, okay? G-strings are not a girl's best friend. A girl's best friend.
Some slight glitches, so please be patient, y'all.
As you guys know, can y'all hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Okay. Hold on, y'all.
I might have to move this up a little.
Okay. Shamar's taking out. Shamar's my mood right now. Hi to not too much vlogs, y'all. So far, the vloggers in here is not too much and Petty Polly. Not too much of Petty Polly. I haven't seen anybody else as of yet. Thank you, Medusa. Okay. So you guys, as you guys know, y'all, I am outside, okay? My apartment complex is having a big party and I had to leave from the house, okay? So we're here. The bloggers that's in here today is For the Haters. Not too much vlogs and Petty Polly is what I see so far. Okay, in case you guys need these for the recaps. It is May 22nd, 2025. 6:36 Central Time. Yesterday, as we all know, AJ played a game called Guess Who. Okay, we had to guess who it was. And the people paid, and she revealed the name. The names, okay? and Mad Cow Prin. And within that message thread, a lot of there was some type of betrayal issue and between Mad Cow Prin and Boss Callie. Now, Boss Callie was supposed to be helping. Well, she did supposedly help Mad Cow Prin out of a DV situation. Okay, with doing so, she spent a significant amount of money. We're going to estimate, as of right now, over $10,000. Yesterday, AJ showed us the first half of the messages before things went left midway. The other half she promised today, and I believe she did attempt to show them, and things just didn't quite work out. Okay, at that point, it was too late. Everybody was all over the place. Because yesterday I took over and I went live and Braid went live, and it all just kind of made things discombobulated. So we missed out on a whole lot of context on the first half of the messages. And we pretty much ran with what we had. Now, had all of the messages been put out at the same time, I think a lot of us wouldn't be confused.
I'd like her to come in. You want her here or no for this?
Who?
Do you want Boss here for this or no?
Yeah, you can share the live to them.
I'll call her.
Just to be for those who are here for the first time. Just
Okay,
because your name is on the docket does not mean it is a requirement for you to appear in court, but you are allowed in the panel to speak.
I'll give her a call just in case we have questions.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to get her out of the way. Yesterday, I was an audience to a live where it was said that Empress received $4,500 in total or more from Boss Callie. Empress denied that. Callie was instructed to be quiet on the panel and wait for the other part of the messages to come out. And the other part of the messages was the context to the $4,500 statement. The context to that statement was that Boss Callie was just doing some type of test on Mad Cow Prin to see if, in fact, she was trying to hinder her from helping anybody else. Okay? But Empress didn't get that in time. The only thing Empress got yesterday is what we got. And that is a statement that came out of Boss Callie's mouth that, hey, Empress, dishonest, but she was doing a test on Mad Cow. Now that I know that today, I really wish that Boss Callie would have just requested up in in Empress's panel and let Empress know, hey, Emp, I apologize that this happened. This is what took place. Okay? Pretty face babe. I'll let you up later, okay, mama? But not right now because this is messy talking. I don't want you catching up strays. So, and Boss Callie had a conversation with her mother. Now, some of you guys saw those screenshots today across the app. She had a conversation with her mom saying when she did the test on Mad Cow, and her mom said, yeah, I feel like this woman is trying to hinder you from helping others so that she can pretty much have you all to herself, okay? I do feel like Boss Callie do owe Empress an apology simply because even if you're going to do a test run on somebody, try not to use me. And if you are going to put the messages out there, it may be best that you do it yourself so that it's not broken down into two different things, two different segments. And I have to go up and defend myself because that's what took place last night with Em. It left her having to prove that this did not take place. Okay, Boss Callie, if you are in here and you would like to say something to Empress, you are more than welcome. Request up and do so. Now, I do not feel like it's your fault. I feel like it's the person's fault who you put in charge to put these messages out. But what happened instead was that person had two motives, and that was Mad Cow Prin and Empress. And once she bust her nut off of the Mad Cow Prin and Empress thing, she was done. She could care less about the point you was trying to make with the messages that you gave her to she did not care. So you were left out on the limb.
I'm gonna pause it right there. So HB, you stated that you feel like AJ was just looking for an opportunity for get back, that she truly didn't care about the situation.
Correct. I feel like when she heard the people that was involved, I do feel like at that point she just was like on some, that's, you know, she actually admitted it. I don't know if you got that clip, but she did admit it the following day after I said this. Yeah, I was looking at it like when she was crying about Matt Cow's DV and stuff and saying she regretted having his face. She did admit, I'm not going to lie, I was just being messy. I don't like neither one of you guys. I was trying to unalive two birds in one, you know, with one stone type of thing. And I mean, I think it was pretty obvious to everybody. So part two for anything pertaining to Boss Callie was none of her business. Like, it didn't matter.
Okay. All right. Let's keep listening.
And that's what took place with that. So today, instead of AJ breaking down and giving you guys the complete second half of the messages, she stayed to
Slight glitches, y'all.
stayed to Boss Callie, would you like to say something to Imp really quick?
Yes, just really quick. Just like I gave Imp an apology May 11th on Mother's Day. I am a woman. I can truly, honestly give her an apology because she definitely does owe it, and I was going to do that. Because I'm apologizing to her on your channel, in your space. I want to go to her space and apologize to her, but I do apologize to you, Empress.
Okay. This Empress, what, do you accept Boss Callie's apology after knowing the context of why she used your name? You know, why she made the $4,500 statement. Do you accept her apology? You guys, it's up to Empress.
Okay. So we have QJ in the audience. That is the abbreviation of her name. And it says, maybe she felt like MK should report her own news versus everyone else's. Question. Have any of you seen Judge Judy put herself on a docket? Just curious. Have anyone ever seen it?
Nope.
Judge Joe Brown?
No.
Judge Maybelline? Have any of y'all ever seen that?
Nope.
Help me understand, why is it that y'all think that these people don't have a right to do what they do in their profession? How dare you report on the news? You should be reporting your own news. Who does that? The therapist is there to listen to the client express their woes, not the other way around. So I'm gonna need y'all to actively think before you go to type, because I am going to ask the logical questions here. We are critical thinkers over here. Okay?
Okay. I haven't seen Empress comment just yet. But she met Empress is here. Another thing that I will say is that other came about. Boss Callie communicated on the back end. Okay, one of the calls lasted for 4 hours. I guess that kind of proves that Boss Callie was not a stranger or just a gifter or just a supporter. She looked at Empress as much more than just her being a comment cousin. She felt like they had a bond. Hi, Em.
Hey, HB. So, what are you apologizing for?
Boss Callie, will you come back up?
Because, moreover, is what are you apologizing for? Because I have to go out of my way to defend myself when that should have been something you done not only yesterday, but you should have been doing this morning as well.
But I think what she's trying to apologize for is the fact that you even had to defend yourself regarding the 4,500. And what I was told was when she made that attempt, she was asked to be silent and wait until, and not to spoil the second half of the messages. But what I felt like was the person you left in charge to leak the messages was thinking for themselves and getting their rocks off on what they were trying to, you know what I mean? Like whatever they were trying to do. And you kind of got left in a bit of a situation when the second half wasn't put out there and you weren't even allowed to provide any type of context.
That is very true. Not only that, but why was I even used to test the water when you said you gift a lot of people? Why did you choose me to test the waters with?
It wasn't just you, Em, but I'm gonna focus on you. Sorry, do I got echo still? Because my phone ring. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do owe you an apology. I was trying to clear it up. I kept getting cut off, and even today we got nowhere, which you guys will see on the blogs. But I do apologize for using you to test the waters. Again, I didn't only use you, but the rest of the stuff is out. But just because you did have to defend yourself, I truly apologize to you. I didn't mean no harm by it because you already know. I just supported you. You never asked me for anything, actually. And you checked on me when you knew I was sick or if I was going through something. So I honestly can say that too. You didn't ask for anything, not a gift, not a cash app, not no deodorant, not no toothpaste, not no food, not nothing. You didn't ask for absolutely nothing. And I do apologize.
All right. So I see Vigilante in the audience, and Vigilante said after that apology, Big Boss went live and began to curse out Empress. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. He went live and was talking shit.
Okay. Em's probably processing it right now.
I just feel like at this moment, I can't even tell you if I accept your apology. You allowed my character to be mistreated and assassinated and drugged through these streets when everybody on this app know that I stayed standing on business and I would have never asked you for that, but you had plenty of time to clear it up. There was other panels you could have went to clear it up if you felt you was silenced on AJ's panel. You had opportunity to come to my panel last night to clear it up, but you were on AJ's panel this morning and still didn't clear it up for no reason.
We were supposed to get into it. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't know what deterred the other part. That's not my space. But if you went live tonight, I was gonna come to your space.
I think what deterred it is it was never about you, Big Boss. I mean, I know you probably thought it was. It was probably promised to you that it would be, but when a certain person seen a couple of people within that thing that they feel like with them too. It was no longer about you. Like I said, it may have seemed that way up until you gave up what you gave up, but part 2 was never going to happen. It was a wrap yesterday. It was something personal for AJ. That's how I feel. Because if it wasn't, part 2 would have been finished yesterday. It wouldn't have took any of that. It just wouldn't have. Part 2 costs money. She should have just accepted the bread that you offered up front, so that you could have got your whole entire thing off. So that way Empress would have never had to go live and defend herself last night. I do feel like last night you definitely could have requested up in Imp's face, regardless of how hostile it was. I don't care if she had to cuss you out, as long as you would have said, you know what, Imp, I don't know when part 2's coming around, but I will give you this. You didn't, et cetera. Right?
Yep. I agree.
Because it was humiliating.
I'm far from perfect, but I do know how to take accountability, and that was wrong. Drag you. I must have missed.
You missed what half because you didn't clear it up. You didn't clear it up at all. But you also figured out a way for me to send my CA to you again by stating that, I changed something. You still didn't clear that part up either, because I didn't ask you to send nothing then again. You still didn't clear that part up. Even when we talked on the phone, I told you, yes, you sent me these messages, but I don't get actually what was being revealed. I told you that I wouldn't be the one releasing those text messages. That's not what I do on my platform.
Yeah, I don't make Evan on that phone conversation. I apologized even then.
No, you apologize for agreeing for Mad Cow saying that I was using you. You never mentioned 45 or 2,500 to me at all, not one time.
Yes, on the phone.
No, not one time. I would have remembered.
I did.
I would have remembered. I wouldn't have even been here to defend myself. I would have remembered, honey. I would not have I would not have said what I said last night if I knew about 4,500.
You said, why would Matt Cow block your blessings? I explained to you that I was going to bless 5 people on the app. Well, I did have that conversation. If I did. Yes, I did say that.
You never said that. That was not even in the text messages.
I didn't text it. We was on the phone. I never said I texted. I didn't.
Yeah, but you sat there this morning and you allowed AJ to say that it was in the text messages, and I knew for 2 weeks when you knew damn well I didn't.
What was in the text message? Wait.
Where was the 4,500 in the text message that you sent me? Where was the 2,500 that you sent me? You literally came to me and told me about the 24. You told me about the 4,500 after everything happened yesterday. You text me and said, "I'm sorry if I apologize. I had to test the water. This is what my mom told me." So you used me for no reason. You could have used anyone. Why choose me? It doesn't make sense. Why choose me to test the waters?
It wasn't just you, because it was a lot of people.
So then my question is why did it come to the app if it wasn't just me, if there's several others?
Oh, it's several others. It wasn't.
So why those others weren't revealed?
We didn't get to even get through a lot of it.
Who's we?
That's what I was trying to explain to everybody.
Who's we?
On AJ's, when we was in AJ's space. And I told you, because AJ even said it, she had to crop out. I did not make that up. That came out of her mouth. But a lot of things did not even get covered, and that's why I kept saying, "See and hear it now."
But this morning, AJ asked that what she delivered. AJ asked you, no, but yet you're here on this panel saying things were cropped out. You got to make this shit make sense.
I said personal information. Personal information was cropped out.
From being gone.
Yeah, that's what I said. And see, you guys, it's fine, but you're saying today on AJ's panel when she was clearing it up.
Real quick, y'all. This is Tea Time page. She's going to be on that page going forward for a while. while she was providing us with that amazing entertainment, she did lose her main page. She's still doing what she can to try to get it back. But in the meantime, for those who are not following Tea Time, go ahead and hit that follow button, y'all. She lost her page to get y'all the entertainment that y'all be looking for. Y'all like the mess, but she made that sacrifice for y'all, and now we here. So, see, I was telling him earlier that I damn sure learned from your experience, and I will not be following suit. They want entertainment. It will not be coming from those main pages. No, ma'am.
Careful. The new guidelines are very, very, very strict. Even for guests, though, you lose your page for guests too, because I had a guest violation. So it really wasn't me. It was more so like if the guest is in a box, and they even putting your box in the box doesn't work anymore because they're taking it for guests. So just be careful.
Yep. So, with understanding what all happened, hit that follow button for T, because that's where y'all can find her now. For those who's been wondering where she's been at, yeah. As far as my page go, I'm going to be on the Mrs. Bella Leon 2 page. I just don't have full access because I need to go live at least 3 times for 30 minutes.
And
Once I do that this week, y'all will see me on that page. If it's diabolical as hell, that's where y'all will find me out on Sundays going forward.
and let me say this, Bray did a good job helping me. So it wasn't from that that part of the live. My live got clipped later as we were getting ready to end by another guest that was a new guest. I think her name was Rebel. So it had nothing to do with Susu, Braid, Trina. None of them were part of the reason why my page got clipped. Just so y'all know that.
Yep, Bray, I will give credit where it's due. He did all that he could to keep things regulated, tried to keep the guests calm, tried to make sure they hit 1 million likes, gifts flying left and right. The engagement was amazing. They did everything that they could possible. So, hard lessons do get learned, unfortunately.
I do want to say, Kev was replaying my live from last night with this lady boss. When you get to the part, just let me know. I'm gonna go back in the. You invited me up, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep. I wanted to make sure people knew where to follow you. That's why I wanted you to come up. So
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. When you get to the part of my, if you ever get to the part of my live, I'm finna start getting ready and stuff now. But Kev was playing it last night, and she lied so much in that live. Like the part where we talked about Kiana, she absolutely did say she's never talked to Kiana on the back end. I heard it with my. I don't know where Kev was recapping it from. I need to find out where he was recapping it from. That lady is a liar. She lied about almost all the stuff that she was saying in that box.
Most likely he recapped it from Mad Cow's page, YouTube page.
Okay, I'm gonna go and pull it up.
is that where we can find it so we can hear that part?
I don't know. Blaze can tell you, but
It's on Mad Cow's YouTube page, Mad Cow Reloaded.
oh, Brutus T said she got it too. She literally did say out of her own mouth that she's never talked to Kiana on the back end. She did say that. I was listening. So she lied a lot. She is, and I stand on what I said. The lady is a predator. And I just say, if you just want to get a bag or whatever from the lady, get a bag from the lady, but do not confide in that lady. Do not use that lady's resources. Do not tell any of that your business to that lady, because she is predatorial. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. That is what a predator looks like right there. So just please be careful. If you get the bag, do what you do, but just be careful of what you give her and what you tell her.
Okay. All right. So let me finish out this clip as far as HB go, and then we're going to see about that Mad Cow clip.
And personal information, but she brought personal information out.
At this point, it doesn't make sense to me. And maybe you feel it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. You were on this app all night last night. You had more than enough opportunity to come up on my panel and say, I never said these things. That should have been the first thing fell out your mouth the moment you got on AJ's panel. You still chose to be quiet.
Where was I on this app all night? I'm sorry, no, I think you're gonna be confused.
You texted me all while I was live, honey, so you were up.
Oh, because things was being sent to me.
So therefore you knew I was live.
That's
Because I texted and I showed the chat. You knew I was live. You still didn't come to clear it up.
Didn't I text you, Empress? Didn't I text you and say, oh, you're on sub only?
And didn't I tell you that you were a mod and that you could still come in the space, that I was make sure that you was able to come in the space?
Yeah, you did say that.
Okay, but you didn't appear though. But yet I was in the comments of AJ's and you still didn't clear it up. When you had the floor to clear it up.
No, because in AJ's space, no, that's not on the blogs. I'm sure somebody got it.
So this morning you couldn't unmute yourself and say, no, I did not send Empress to 4,500.
No, that's what I'm getting ready to say. Yes, because Susu asked me those questions this morning.
You didn't clear it up.
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear you cleared it up because I left out of there and I went and set another live to listen. Because AJ made it about herself as usual. Because she just was mad at me.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know you left, but yes, I did, Empress. I did.
She cleared it up, but
Yes, I
again,
did.
like I told her, it didn't even matter at that point because it was no longer about you. It was actually not even about you yesterday. It was just an opportunity where it's like two people are involved and I need that from them. And this is an opportunity. You know what I mean? And she took it. It was never about you. That's why part 2 didn't happen yesterday or today. It didn't even matter anymore at that point. Even this morning when you cleared it up, it was too late. Empress had already cleared her name. So Empress thing is, if you can text
I
me,
did clear it up, and I know what I did. I'm sure it's gonna be on the blogs. But when Susu asked me, it was definitely.
I'll definitely look and see.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I just know when I left out for about the 30 minutes I sat there, nothing was cleared up. I know when I said over at $2, nothing was still cleared up. So it must have happened once I got off the app. And if you said you cleared it up, then okay, you did.
Yeah, I cleared it up because Susu was.
I just felt like it should have been cleared yesterday.
I was trying.
I should have never even had to come clear shit up.
another thing too, Big Boss, I believe that the reason that you couldn't clear it up yesterday is because you were told to keep quiet because that affects part 1. And you guys are supposed to do part 2 today. But when it was getting out of hand regarding the Empress scene, I wouldn't give a damn what they had to say. When you were in my panel, that's when I would have just said the Imp thing is cap. We did this because blah, 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 blah. Or even when Imp went live, I would have said, because there was a lot of lives talking about it, I would have just taken the opportunity to went up on one of those lives and express that. So that is the situation with you and Imp. I hate that. I'm glad that Empress's name is cleared. And I'm glad that you took some accountability today regarding Imp. I am. And I will say this, you guys. I did get the other half of all the other messages. And that definitely provides context around the Mad Cow thing. Okay? Because until Mad Cow pissed me off yesterday, I was understanding her side. Okay? So she became very defensive, like she's been doing for the last 24 hours. But now I don't get it. After reading the messages, I see why you're angry, Big Boss. And I would be angry too. And this wouldn't even be enough for me, honestly. And I'm going to talk about that too.
I understood why she was angry as well. I only got angry with bosses that you knew I didn't do that to you. You knew I never treated you that way. I never disrespected you. I never asked for nothing. I never done nothing to be treated in the manner that I was treated. And I did tell her that on the back end yesterday when we talked. I told her that. I said, this shit is wrong. I also said that I didn't even know that Mad Cow got down like that when she first brought it to me. I didn't even know that she had a problem with me.
Yeah, Empress did, you guys. She did tell me it wasn't never. Let me tell you something. I ain't never, ever, ever talked to Mad Cow in that way, shape, or form. She is not my type at all. I would never pay for no pussy. I got 6 beautiful women. I don't need to. I'm just a giver. Same with you, because that was, told to me. I ain't never tried to talk to you. I ain't never tried to act. I ain't never did none of that. Now, that was a lie.
I didn't say you were trying to talk to me. I just assumed you was being throwing your gifts. I never thought nothing in that manner.
Oh, so that's not true. Okay.
No, all I said was that I even said it to you when we talked on Mother's Day. I also said, well, damn, did y'all have something going on? Because that's an awful lot of money you're saying you're giving this person.
And Big Boss, when she did show the cash tag messages, she was just showing that it was not anything that she requested. Now, looking at the cash tag messages, people and myself even imply like, dang, seem a little flirty. So we teased her a little bit last night about it or whatever, but that was never
I just send emojis. I don't mean nothing by it. I don't
you know, but you know how like messy talk
Never.
is.
Hey, I'm a woman. I'm 40 years old. If I like somebody or interested in somebody and somebody's fine, I can say that. I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. I'm a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, but I never said that.
Like that.
Now, was there others saying it? Yes, but I never said that.
Oh, okay.
I was only showing that. I was showing the people. I never asked for anything. Look at the times that she sent it. I never asked for nothing from her. I never asked to prove that I never asked for $2,500. I never received $4,500. Nothing that was said, I did. I came to clear my name. Now, y'all can't be mad that y'all got subs looking for more than that. Y'all know y'all got a little bit of piss. Don't be mad at me. Y'all know y'all should have been over there doing it because y'all know I don't do dirt. Y'all know that ain't my forte. So don't send me no more shit, y'all. Because I ain't going to get it right because I don't do that.
She did struggle last night.
But I just want to make this clear because, like, from the phone conversation that you and I had for the 4 hours, you, like, to me, and this is my opinion, you told me, like, hey, you did a good deed. I see why you're upset. But then, last night when stuff was being sent to me,
check the temperature of y'all's relationship. Understand this. Without part 2, Messy Talk is going to come to their own conclusion, okay? They're going to make their own. They're going to make 1 + 1 = 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. We don't know the second part, and it ain't even our fault. That's on whoever was supposed to release it all at once. So at that point, we're only left to just come up with whatever the hell we come up with. And if you say you got 6 wives, you're like, maybe man was trying to be, the 7, whatever. We just don't know. We don't know what to come up with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to extend some grace there. It's because we don't know part 2 yet. And until we know part 2, that's just like if you watch the episode of Power. We're assuming what's going to happen next. It ain't our.
Okay. Because HB does, in fact, can give part 2. She did. Now, my question for the jurors before I move on to the rest of that clip. Was this whole situation calculated? The players that was involved, the information that was released, do y'all think it was all calculated? Nothing was by mistake. It was all by design. It was all intentional.
Believe so, especially the Empress part, because those messages didn't even need to be in there. A lot of that stuff was put out to weaponize the creators that were in those text messages.
I believe it was calculated.
Yes, definitely. I believe Boss Chick, she wanted somebody to release that information, so she fished it around and definitely threw a lot of personal things up in there because she was mad at Mad Cow. Just being honest.
I think the real question might be, what did those text messages have to do with her friendship with Mad Cow? Like, any of those text messages.
Now we're in the right direction.
It had a lot to do with her friendship with Mad Cow because it told a lot of personal information about Mad Cow. So the messages had a lot of her personal information in there and things that were going on with her. So it had a lot.
So let me try to help with that question. Try to assist with that question. I think the question that's being asked is, if my issue is directly with you, what did those other messages about other people, what did any of that have to do with me being directly upset with you, is the question.
That's what I should have pointed at.
Those messages,
That's all the way around. Oh, I'm sorry.
those messages had nothing to do with other people at all. Her target was Mad Cow, and she didn't care if other people got hurt in the process. She wanted to hit whoever it was she wanted to hit. And that I heard that lady's interview with HB. I was there on the panel, and I also asked her some questions. Her aim was to get Messy TikTok mad at Mad Cow. And she lied and she did everything she had to do it, but it ended up smacking her in the face because she's a big liar. And if you listen to other clips, you'll see how she lies, how her statements are conflicted, and you'll see what she did.
This was all calculated. Do you remember maybe 2 weeks ago that HB was, I don't know whether she was on her panel or, on her live or someone's panel, she said that this was coming. A lot of people, especially bloggers, recorded that. So everybody knew that this day was coming because she said the exposing of Mad Cow was coming and it was going to be big. So, the names that was dropped was to make a lot of people really, really angry. You're right, Blaze. The text messages that were released had nothing to do with nothing. And then to find out monies that over 10K, when Mad Cow presented her evidence, wasn't even close to that. This was just to shake up the room, and it absolutely did. But it didn't shake the room up because one thing about Messy side of TikTok is we're going to ask a million questions and we're going to put people to the fire. If you're not ready to bring actual receipts, to drop, to show proof, everybody is going to call you a bitch ass liar. And she was called that when she was exposing on Tea Time Live. Tea Time, all of them clocked it. A lot of things were skipped over. Even the part that when it came to Rizzy, there was a recording. Kiana came up there and said, "Hey, drop it." There was recording that we kept, the commenters, a few of us kept asking them to ask her to go and play it. Nobody would address that, so it's just us TikTok.
I think y'all have to put this in a
I'll
reality.
say something.
This is a woman scorned. She was hurt. She put some money out there. She threw a fishing pole. That's basically what it was. She threw a fishing pole out there thinking that, hey, it was going to be something. Mad Cow took a grab of it just to be like, hey, I need some money right now. So I'm going to do whatever I got to do because I'm in a situation and I'm going to go ahead and flirt a little bit back. But it got too far out of hand. The woman wanted more. Mad Cow didn't want it. That's what it was. This is somebody that's hurt. This is a lesbian woman hurt, y'all.
When
Y'all
was she
play
floating?
games with somebody
So
else.
now we saying that Mad Cow led this lady on to what happened?
Y'all play them games with somebody else. This is a situation where there was some money given.
Is that an accusation or that's a fact?
Well, can I say this? Of course, her putting it out was calculated. She wanted to expose some things that people didn't know about, especially about that's Mad Cow's character to be a person's mod or kind of rock or roll or align with a person and then talk about them pretty bad in the DMs, so or in text messages. So I think she exposed some things we didn't know about Mad Cow's character. At least I didn't know, and that was supposed to, the calculation, when it's calculated, it means it adds up to something. So it add up to people who she were talking about getting us upset and responding. So anytime, I mean, I don't know why everybody's acting like this is the first time back end conversations have been exposed. Whenever they're been exposed for a reason, and that's to get some people upset. If you upset or offended me, now I'm finna get some people upset with you. I don't think she's done it any differently than it's already been done on Messy TikTok. Personally.
But hey, love, I don't think I don't think we're spinning the narrative that it is just a shocker that text messages or back end conversation is being exposed. And, you know, I want to ask both of you all, because I must have missed it. And this is not to say that you all are not telling the truth, but where in the text messages did it say anything about Mad Cal wanted or was wanting, you know, to be that in a relationship with her or anything? Because if that's out there, I really want to go see it for myself, you know, because I do believe in facts. So if it is, you know, and I'm not saying you all are not telling the truth, I just want to be able to go and get it for myself, so that, because, you know, I'm doing a case on it. So I would love to be able to say you all are telling the truth, or no, I disagree with that.
Do you guys, I never said it was nothing in the text messages or anything. I'm looking at this from a point of view of somebody who led with money. You know what I'm saying? She led with money. And in all reality, you see what's happening now. The main thing that this woman is talking about is how much money she spent and everything she did for Mad. That is what is going on right now.
So Frankie, I'm not gonna say that I agree or disagree with Frankie, but we can put. I'm not gonna say if I agree.
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying that you look at it from that point of view. I'm looking at it from that point of view. I never said that there was no facts. I'm just giving my opinion on it. In my opinion, I feel like she led with money. She wanted something more because, in my opinion, somebody that's off the internet, not really, like, you felt like they wasn't that empathetic. Like, why are you going so hard for someone to coddle your feelings about what's going on in your personal if it's nothing? Mad Cow was your friend. If you're saying Mad Cow was directly your friend, she said, okay, hey, you know what? I'm good where I'm at. I'm sorry that you're going through that. That should have been enough. Why did you need more? Like, what more were you looking for?
Right, but that would be the lady wanting her with her lifestyle. Not, I mean, from what you're just saying, that isn't showing me evidence that Mad Cow wanted that lifestyle. It could be, you know, the money, you know, and
She wanted the money, not the lifestyle. Right. She wanted the money.
And that's what I said. Were you guys? That's what I said. You guys just heard Mad Cow and Mad Cow wanted money, and y'all just took it as, oh God, she's saying Mad Cow wanted to be with this woman. No,
I misunderstood
what I said at all.
No. I'm not trying to change what you were saying. That's why I asked, because maybe I misunderstood what you were saying. So, you know, I apologize, but, you know, I was trying to get exactly clarity on what you were saying, because I thought you were saying that Mad Cow wanted, that lifestyle and money. So that's why I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
No. I wasn't saying Mad Cow wanted to be with her. I just said that Mad Cow was in a situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's going to support you. Somebody's going to give you the money that you need at that time because of the situation she was in. Why not? I'm not.
That would be advantage of one was flirting.
Advantage of her.
You said one of them was flirting. Which one was flirting? I'm sorry.
I feel like Boss Chick is flirting because she said that that's the way that she flirts, is that she gives money.
Exactly. And that's what I was gonna say. We look at this from the perspective of is if Boss was a man going after a woman, and this man is leading with his money, and you know how us women can do. Oh, I'm gonna get as much as I can from him, and that seems like what happened to me. She was leading with her money, regardless if I need it or not. Me, if I don't like you, I'm not gonna take your money. But that's just me personally. I'm just not gonna ride with and continue to take so much from somebody I'm not interested in. But there are other people who take advantage of people like that. But I do want to ask a question that Bella, I think it was Bella who said that the boss reached out to Mad Cow, but how would boss have known that what Mad Cow was going through? That doesn't make sense that boss would just arbitrarily reach out to Mad Cow to help with a situation unless she had knowledge of the situation.
She reached out to Mad Cow for. Can y'all hear me? Because I got my AirPods in. I don't think she reached out to Mad Cow because of her situation. She reached out to Mad Cow to build a relationship. I think they were both in the same spaces, and they ended up building a relationship, like a TikTok relationship, not anything else.
But you said you think, because what I heard is that Mad Cow reached out to her to support her. That's
what I mean. Right. So what Mad Cow said was, she offered help, not reached out to her to help, but offered help to her. So once again, from what Mad Cow was saying, once they started being cool on the back end, Mad Cow began to confide, began to explain to her.
But you're wrong, T. Mad Cow said she reached out to Boss to support her platform.
Right. I get that.
But you said you think. Then you said, okay, so which one is it? Because that's what
what I'm saying is, because I can't say for a fact because I don't know any of their intentions. That's why. From what was said and from my perspective, she reached out to her to come to her platform, which some people do when they're starting a new platform. They reach out to people, say, "Hey."
No, it was for her to throw gifts at her platform. Let's be.
I don't know.
She wanted her to support her platform with gifts.
Okay, I won't say that because
I made clear.
I won't say that. All I can say is that she maybe needed support. So at the end of the day, why she asked her for support, even if it was gifts, that has nothing to do with after they built the back end relationship and what happened from there. I just wanted to address what Frankie was saying. I think that what I've learned on this app, anytime there is a woman that we learn likes other women, it always becomes like, oh, that woman likes this woman or that woman wants to get with this woman. I don't think that was the case. I think that woman, when you're predatory or when you have money, people use their money for different things. They use their resource for different things, and it can turn into a power trip. People use their money for power. It doesn't mean they try to date you. It's just like a feel that they get. It's a sense of like a lot of people do it on this platform. They throw big gifts and they feel like, well, Kels was one of the, YT Kels was one of the people. She loved to see the people's faces. She loved how people reacted to the gifts and things like that. Some people, they don't want you per se. They just like what power they get from investing in you, from giving you money, from giving you gifts, things like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they like you and want to be in a relationship with you. They like what them giving you something gives to them. So I don't think it's necessarily she wanted Mad Cow. She liked the power that she had with her money. And she speaks of her money a lot. If y'all notice when she was in my platform, she's like, yeah, y'all broke. Y'all ain't got no money. I got it like that. I could do it. Those type of things. And then to act like I'm helping people that are not as wealthy as me. You can't have both of those mindsets. Oh yeah, y'all broke. I don't talk to broke bitches. But then you helping people that you say are broke bitches. It don't make sense.
I noticed when she was in your live in the panel, first thing she did was ask you for your Cash App because she thought you would be
taking her bait.
Mm-hmm. You did. And when you said no, it really shocked her because she stumbled and then she asked for it again, and you was like, absolutely not. So yeah, that could be a great
and for the haters.
take no money from that
No,
woman.
not only that, when Tea Time told her, I don't need your money, she did a whole flip on Tea Time. That's when we
Yeah,
started
angry.
seeing
Absolutely.
real true colors from her. She didn't like the fact that Tea Time denied her. I don't need your money.
Absolutely. She went to disrespecting T on her panel. One thing that I did like that, I mean, I don't know if I would have been that gracious, but one thing T did allow, and maybe it was for the show that it was, but my apologies. The show that it was she went to disrespecting T about, why she might have wanted that money. I won't go into that, but Tea Time did allow her to stay up there. I don't know if I would have been that gracious because what it did show is that Tea Time allowed her to show those colors, and want that. I was grateful that you did that because I was recording that, and being where I was in that space, I may have dropped her, and then she wouldn't have exposed herself the way that she did. So, thank you for that.
To her.
That's another side to all of us, but
Another side to all of us, but we eventually show it over time, right?
right.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't in that live, so I missed a lot of that. But I did hear when the lady was on AJ's live. She kind of, I don't remember exactly what she said, that she would like Mad Cow, she did like Mad Cow, she was trying to get Mad Cow, but she insinuated to something like that, like she had or would have, because there were people joking, oh, she was trying to make Mad Cow another one of her wives or something. And so she kind of insinuated that she was interested in Mad Cow outside of that, but it sounds like she has a problem and just would really be interested in any woman. But when it comes to throwing gifts, I know that people who throw big gifts do want to be acknowledged. And that's why you can hear Sweet tell Manny all the time, well, Manny, you got to, say these people name and recognize these people who throw big gifts. So that's not something that's weird or rare. That's kind of how it goes. People throw these big gifts and they usually want acknowledgement.
Well, I don't recall her saying that she liked Mad Cow. She doubled down in my platform and said she's never been attracted to Mad Cow, never shot her shot